This is a new 90mm lens from Fujifilm, and I'm the old Bert Stephani from Belgium. I was commissioned by Fujifilm to shoot sample pictures with this new lens, but my opinions are my own. If you choose to believe otherwise, that's your problem. Good. Really good. If we compare the 90mm to the 56, then you can see that it is quite a bit bigger. It's also a bit heavier, but not that much actually. But it's still considerably smaller and lighter than the 5140. When it comes to construction, it's the same metal construction, very sturdy construction as we see in the, for example, the 56 or any of the other lenses. We have the aperture ring. Very smooth focus ring. The lens is weather resistant, so basically everything that I would expect. I'm actually pretty surprised that it's not bigger and heavier than it is. Making sample pictures is scary, very scary. Thousands of photographers will look at every single pixel of out-of-camera images, no editing allowed. And then they will turn to the internet and start commenting on the images, start commenting on my skills or lack of skills. They will tell me that my shoes don't match my shirt, or they will even discuss the model's bra size. So it is a bit of a scary business. Now we decided to do our shoot outside, but unfortunately the weather didn't cooperate and we had to move indoors into the studio. We shot with a mix of strobes, but also with natural light, and we let the inspiration of the moment guide the shoot. I've come to expect nothing but amazing image quality from the Fujinon lenses, and this one is not different. It's even at the top of the class, I would say. It's one of the best Fujinon lenses. I must admit, I was a bit afraid of the autofocus in low light in the studio. And at f2 you don't have much room for error either. But it actually went very smooth. Autofocus was fast and confident. And since this is only a prototype and there's a major firmware upgrade coming from the XT1, I expect it to become even better. In the late afternoon of our shooting day, the weather cleared up and we decided to quickly drive over to Brussels and shoot for an hour on location, because for me this is where this lens will shine. I'll probably use it more on location than in the studio. I generally prefer to work with shorter lenses because I like that intimacy between me and my subject. But sometimes you just need a longer lens because you can get physically close enough to your subject, or you want to throw the background out of focus, or you want to isolate your subject, or you just can go physically too close without making your subject uncomfortable. So there's a lot of reasons why sometimes I still need a longer lens. If you're looking for a fast, long lens in the Fujifilm range, you now have two options. You have the 50-140 f2.8 and we have the 90 f2. There's other long lenses, but they have smaller apertures, so they're less suited for my needs. The 50-100 is of course a lot bigger and heavier than the 90, but it's more flexible because of its zoom range. 50-140 is very usable zoom range, and another benefit of this lens is that it has image stabilization, and the image stabilization on this lens works incredibly well, so you can shoot at much lower shutter speeds, handheld. The 90mm is smaller, lighter, more compact, which makes it easier to take with you, which makes it less obvious if you're shooting. It's a stop faster at f2, so that makes also a difference. And one of the main advantages of the 90 compared to the 50-140 to me is the bokeh. It's the out of focus areas. This lens renders it, in my opinion, in my eyes, and that's a very subjective thing, renders more pleasing out of focus areas than the 50-140. It's not bad with the 50-140, but I like it just better with the 90. So depending on what you want, what you need, either you can go for the flexibility of the 50-140, or you can go for the compact bokeh monster, which is the 90 f2. So it kind of depends on what you're going to use it for. I see myself using the 50-140 mostly when it's fast-paced run and gun kind of stuff where I don't have the time to change lenses. But for portrait situations, I think the 90 is a very good option, and it fits into my range of small primes very well. Like I use the 14, the 35, the 56, and the 90, which is still not too much to take with me. It's still pretty light, still pretty compact. So in a lot of cases, I think I'm going to add the 90 to the three lenses that I use the most in portrait situations. This was just a quickie first impressions video, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.